Hey everyone! In the last video, I had to design bigger wheels for the Lego car I was building. Today, I'm going to share with you the steps I took to design those wheels. Before we begin, I want to go over some fundamental techniques of 3D design. In order to make a 3D design, you have to sketch it first. Once you have the 2D sketch, you can extrude it. That brings me to my first technique, extrusion. Extrusion is when you turn a 2D shape into a 3D object by pulling it out. There's also fillet, and fillet creates a curved edge. Another technique is chamfer. Chamfer cuts a sharp edge at an angle. Now, let's say you want to make a spherical cut into a 3D object. We can do this by using the revolve tool. You want to create a sketch of a circle on the side of a 3D object. Then, from top to bottom, you want to create a line that splits the circle in half so you have a semicircle. We finish the sketch and select half of the circle. We click the revolve tool and select an axis. And the axis is going to be that line that split the circle in half. So it goes all the way around the line, create a spherical cut. And just to point out, with this revolve tool, we can not only cut things, but we can also join things. So with the join operation, we can create the whole sphere itself as an addition to the 3D object. But in this case, we want to make a spherical cut, so our operation is going to be cut. Let's say that I want to sketch a circle on a 3D shape. Here in the 3D design software, I'm going to make a small circle with a diameter of 0.2 inches. I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to select the circle and I'm going to extrude it out. By extruding out the circle, I create a hole in the 3D object, which makes a new design. Now, let's say I want to repeat this hole around the 3D object. How can I repeat this hole to have a certain pattern? Well, this brings me to another technique, which is circular pattern. The circular pattern tool repeats a selected object a certain number of times in a circle around an axis. Because I want to repeat the action or feature of extruding out, my object type will be features. In this case, the axis will be the medium-sized circle on the 3D object. For this demonstration, I'm going to repeat the whole 11 times. Now let's get into the wheel design. So to start off, I'm going to make a sketch. And then for the sketch, I'm going to make a circle with a diameter of 2.2 inches. Then I'm going to insert a triangle by using the polygon tool and specifying 3 sides because a triangle has 3 sides. And just to note, I'm going to set the point on the triangle on about the 0.5 inch mark. The distance from the point on the triangle to the bottom of the triangle will be 0.3 inches. Now we're going to select our face, which is going to be the part shaded in blue, and I'm going to extrude that out by 0.55 inches. Now it appears that we have our circle shape with a triangle hole. I'm going to want to use fillet. The reason why is because I want to curve certain edges inside that triangle hole. I'm going to start at the tip of the triangle and select the edge. Then I'm going to specify the fillet radius by 0.4 inches. I'm going to select the remaining edges and set their fillet radius to 0.1 inches. So there it is. Now we have curved edges all set up. Now I'm going to select the bottom face of the 3D object. On this bottom face, I'm going to create a sketch. I'm going to make a circle with a diameter of 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna make another circle which is gonna have a diameter of 2.2 inches so I can create a donut shape. I'm going to extrude this donut shape, but not all the way through. I'm gonna do it until it's 0.4 inches. Just to note, we don't want to remove anything from our 3D object. That means we're not going to use the operation cut. Otherwise, part of the object is going to be gone. But if we want to add to the object, then we're going to have to use the join operation. Next, I'm going to select this edge in the hole and set a fillet radius to 0.4 inches. Now I'm going to select every inner edge just so that I can make a nice fillet. This fillet will have a radius of 0.07 inches. And now we have those nice curved edges in the hole. We're going to make a spherical cut on the 3D object, so we're going to have to use the revolve tool. To do so, I'm going to view this object on its side. I'm going to create a sketch on it, and I'm going to place in a circle in which its center is on the 1.5 inch mark on the y-axis. This circle will have a diameter of 2.2 inches. I'm going to bring in a line from top to bottom to split the circle in half so that I have a semicircle. Once I finish my sketch, I'm going to select one half of the circle. Then I'm going to go into the revolve tool. I'm going to select my axis as the line, since the half of the circle is going to go fully around the line to create a cut like a sphere. Because we want this half of the circle to go fully around the axis, we're going to make it go around 360 degrees or one full rotation. To repeat this hole all around this object, we're going to use the circular pattern tool. Within the hole, there are multiple faces, so my object type will be faces in this case, in which I'm going to select every inner face of that hole. Once I've done so, I'm going to select this inner circle as my axis, and then I'm going to repeat this hole 5 times. There are some sharp edges here, so I'm going to use the fillet tool to make these sharp edges into curved edges. I'm going to set every one of these edges to have a fillet radius of 1/2 inch. To make this Lego axle fit through the wheel, we want to make sure that the wheel's hole has the same shape as the axle so it can fit through. Now, to create this axle, I'm going to go to one side of the wheel. Then I'm going to make a sketch on that side where I'm going to have a rectangle where it's 0.7 inches by 0.22 inches. Then I'm going to create another rectangle that has the same dimensions, but now instead of being flat, it's going to be vertically, so it creates that plus sign. When we extrude out this plus sign to make that plus sign hole, we want to make sure that these inner lines aren't here and interfering with that. So we're going to take out these inner lines by using the cut tool. This leaves us with just the plus shape, and I'm simply going to extrude out to create a hole. Now I'm going to make a design for the outer ring of the wheel. First, I'm going to make a sketch in which I have a circle with a diameter of 2.2 inches, just like the wheel. Then I'm going to add a bigger circle with a diameter of 3 inches. Because I want to make a donut shape, I'm going to extrude out this outer ring. This will be extruded out by 0.55 inches. I'm going to create curved edges by using the fillet tool. All these edges will have a fillet radius of 0.1 inches. Alright, and there it is. Now we have the outer ring for the car wheel, and we also have the car wheel design itself. So now putting those together, that's how I created my Lego Cars wheel.